Hi everyone, welcome to Making Lemonade. I'm your host, Noah Rodriguez-Hoffman. Today's episode comes to us with the help of our partner, the NFL Alumni Association. My guest is former NFL defensive back and Super Bowl champion, Will Blackmon. Will retired from the game in 2017 and has since been making a name for himself in the wine industry, including launching his wine concierge business, The Wine MVP. While his client list includes big names like Reggie Bush, Matt Ryan, and Josh Allen, Will remains humble and dedicated to his mission of making wine more approachable for millennials through his monthly subscription box. We chat with him about his transition from sacking quarterbacks to uncorking the perfect bottle. Hi Will, how are you?
I'm good. I'm awesome.
You started playing football at the age of 6 and had a 12-year NFL career when the average career length for players is about 3 years. How were you able to stay in the game for so long?
Take care of my body was number one. But I learned too is that the smarter you are, the more you know about the game, the easier it is for you. And that also helped me. Playing smarter kept me healthy. Taking care of my body kept me healthy. So it was health. That was the biggest thing.
Nice. So when did you realize football wasn't going to be forever, and how was the Wine MVP born?
I realized football wasn't going to be forever when Washington let me go. I really didn't know what I wanted to do when I was finished. The easy route for me was like, okay, TV, probably want to go and be an analyst or maybe call games, which I still want to do. But there was just something about the wine world that I wanted to be a part of. And initially, I wanted to have my own wine label. And then doing my research and realize like the challenges, I was like, man, actually, I could just be a middleman for guys. Wine MVP is a VIP concierge, and that's pretty much how it was born. It went from trying to make a wine to like, I'll just give people other people's wines.
What I find so cool about your story, and what a lot of people don't actually know, is that while you could have just lent your name out to a brand or hired experts to launch your business, you have actually been preparing and putting in the work for years, including interning at a winery where you would plant vines after practice to learn about the winemaking process, and working at a wine shop to learn about the business. Now you're actually in school to become one of 300 sommeliers in the world. I can never say that word. Why has doing all this been important to you in your entrepreneur journey?
It's such an intimidating industry in itself, and I didn't want to just go there and talk about wine and just not sound authentic. I didn't want it to be a hobby, but I'm also was super curious about the history. That's what really made me fall in love with wine. It wasn't the lifestyle, it was the history. So I'm like, man, let me go ahead and go to quartermasters, take my level 1 and getting ready for my certified. I already took WSET level 2, which is Wine and Spirits Education Trust. I have my exam for level 3. I'm in Sonoma State and their Wine Business Institute, taking that one, So all these things are helping me to give the best version of the wine version of myself, because the biggest thing for me is I want to be an educator in this industry. So it's like, let me get all the knowledge so I can give the proper information.
What skills, if any, were you able to transfer over from football in your entrepreneurial journey? And did you always know you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
I always knew I want to have my own business in some aspect, but the one thing that I took away from football was that there's going to be a lot of days that suck, and you're going to have to just deal with it. I went through a drought last year rather, for 2 weeks where like nothing was clicking. And it's like, hey, you got to get up and keep going. I played for Jacksonville Jaguars. We started 0-8 in the season. We worked hard. Finally, we got that one victory to catapult us, to give us some, positive energy.
We did a show with Richard Sherman called Adulting, where he talks about the lack of financial literacy among NFL players. What was your experience, and how important is it to be financially literate in order to become a successful entrepreneur?
Financial literacy is massive. I mean, I'm going through it right now, and just in terms of educating myself in the right way, because to build a sustainable business, and not just financial literacy, but also all the legalities. Just to get in the wine business and to create your own product, you have to have all these kind of licenses and know the laws, and you need to talk to attorneys, you need to talk to compliance. Same thing financially, you have to understand the things that it takes so that, okay, maybe you want to use some of your money, maybe you don't. There's other ways to get capital to help create your product. So I'm learning as I go, and that's exactly why I'm in business school right now.
I love that you truly care and have respect for the industry, and it's this dedication that made you a successful NFL player and now an entrepreneur. So with the big game only 3 days away, we thought it would be fun to tap into Will's expertise and do a tailgate themed wine and food pairing. Check out the fun we had in our overtime episode up next.